Hi everyone, I am here in my seat in the House of Commons. I am reporting back for my last weekly update that will include session business, and that is because Parliament has risen for the session. That doesn't mean that the work of a member of Parliament stops. I will be meeting with constituents and attending events across the community throughout the course of the summer, but it does mean that the business of Parliament itself is on pause until we come back in September. This week I was really proud to have the opportunity to pay tribute to Art Miki, my next door neighbor from when I was growing up, who was responsible for ensuring that Japanese Canadians had an apology delivered to them and compensation delivered to them for the horrific treatment that they were forced to undertake during the Second World War. I also had the chance to ask the Prime Minister a question the other day about June 21st, which is National Indigenous Peoples Day. At the PROC committee, we had a number of important discussions, including some very important legislation that will deal with changing elections and making elections more accessible and fair and open for Canadians. We'll resume that conversation in September when we come back. We also started a very important conversation on Bill C-61. This is a bill that deals with enshrining First Nations rights around water into law. That was a really important first couple of weeks that we had studying that bill, and we're going to continue that conversation when we come back in September. Fun fact, you might notice that I have my jacket off. If this were during original proceedings, or official proceedings rather, of the House of Commons, I would not actually be recognized as able to speak. You have to have a tie and a jacket in order to be recognized to speak. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't sit in the chamber, but it does mean you can't speak. So I am afforded the opportunity to be a little bit more casual because the House is not in session, and if you hear some background noise, that's because there are students and other Canadians that are taking tours here of the House of Commons. It's a really cool place to be. So with that, it was an exceptionally busy but productive session. 15 bills passed in 14 weeks. That included things like pharmacare, childcare, a national school food program, more supports for seniors, more supports for people around contraception, around diabetes medication. It was a very good period for us here in the House of Commons. So I will report back, of course, in the weeks to come with updates from Winnipeg, but for the final time this session, I am happy to report that it has been a productive week. Talk to you all soon.